During his State of the Nation address, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced he would soon appoint a Minister of Electricity that will sit in the presidency. But the National Union of Mineworkers says it doesn't support the idea. NUM says it will only support the ANC's resolution that Eskom must be moved from public enterprises portfolio to mineral resources and energy. William Mabapa, the Union Secretary General, joins us now virtually from here in Johannesburg. William, thanks for your time this evening. In the days following the State of the Nation address, we've heard from various organizations, many of whom have said the announcement of the state of the disaster to deal with the electricity crisis, as well as the announcement of yet another portfolio, that being the Minister of Electricity, are all just unnecessary, and that government should be able to do more to fight the electricity crisis with the resources and the policies that they have in place already. What is NUM's stance on what the President announced during SONA?
Ma'am, let me take this opportunity to greet your viewers. We had a National Executive Committee some 2 days from yesterday and the other day. And as a union that is also responsible and being in the energy sector, that it is our members that are in the energy sector, we analyze and critique the announcement by the President when he presented his SONA. We are not convinced. We believe that appointing a Minister of Electricity is not going to be a solution. And the reason why we are saying this is that we strongly believe that you will still have the Minister of Minerals and Energy, you will still have the Minister of Public Enterprise. On top of that, you will then have a Minister of Electricity. So to us, one thing that becomes a concern is that we have got a crisis, but you don't solve a problem, a crisis by crisis, because we think that the President must appreciate that also his cabinet has got a lot of ministers, and obviously all these things are also going to be from the coffers of the citizens of the country. So instead of reducing the electricity, now there will be more package of a minister who will also be in the presidency, only concentrating on electricity. But look, we don't support the move. Why we don't support the move? Because we also don't have the powers to stop the President for what he's going to have, because that is also within his own right and his own power. But the other thing that we also are skeptic, why we strongly believe that we don't support the Minister of Electricity, is that when the government first cannot appoint a CEO who's knowledgeable in the electricity, because the opportunity to us, we think that there is an opportunity. The current CEO of Eskom has resigned. The person that maybe was earmarked to be the Minister of Electricity, maybe was supposed to be the first person that is appointed as the CEO of Eskom. But we are saying, in conclusion, we are saying if the President is confident that his decision to introduce a new Ministry of Electricity, if that is what he's going to do as he announced, we also urge him that he must not appoint a politician. You know, the problem is we'll have a crisis, a ministry will be established. Now you will appoint a mere politician, a person who will have done something far from what electricity is all about. If the minister who's dealing with electricity, energy, he's a relevant minister that must deal. You must understand, in the enterprise, the minister who's also in the enterprise, he is responsible for many areas like your transport and others. Now he can't be knowledgeable in all those areas that are located within the enterprise minister. So we strongly believe that the minister who is on energy, minerals and energy. He's more focused on not on many things. He will be more focused on minerals and energy. And we strongly believe that if that is then the minister who's responsible for energy, also it will cut the red tapes, because I will take it that for many things now to happen, you have a board of ESCOM, you have the Minister of Minerals and Energy from the regulations point of view, you have the Minister from the DPE. So it is like not one center. At some times, I will take it that these ministers may have different view. Let us give a practical example. In our view, currently, both two ministers are not moving in the same direction. The other one is going to another direction. The other one is going to another direction.
Let's shift gears now.
Give an example.
Sorry, if we are running out of time, and I do need to pulse you on another subject matter that your organization has decided to make a statement on, and that's on the topic of construction mafia. Now, you and I both know that the so-called construction mafia takes on many guises. Reports coming out of Cape Town just a few hours ago or quite recently that another person was gunned down on a housing construction site. They're reporting 1 of 5 shot at the Power Construction's N2 Gateway site in just a week, and the list goes on. But we're also hearing more and more that there is hope that there will be certain laws and policies that would make inroads in the battle against the so-called construction mafia, things like the Critical Infrastructure Program and various other acts that's about to be gazetted. Where does NUM stand on what seems to be an almost silent scourge in a very important industry?
Yeah, look, we strongly believe that if there are people who have got an interest in the construction sector by their own right as business people, really they must follow all the processes. And we strongly believe that big companies, they must give them a lot of opportunity as part of the empowerment, so that at least they must share the cake. We know for a fact, ma'am, that if you are a small contractor, obviously you will need a big brother to assist you. And we are also urging the big companies that please accommodate them, have the meeting with them, accommodate them, look at their skills, give them some certain areas that they can do some work while you are supervising them, while you are working them. They will grow. At certain times, you may then have projects that says, look, I've got this project. Because you have got, I know I worked with some of you, I will work 50% to manage and supervise the whole contract, but certain work I will give you. And I'm sure these contractors, they will not do what they are now doing. So they may be doing that because they're hungry, and they think that that is the space that they must be working with. So like we always said, that you will have illegal miners because they are not legalized. So that is why we are always saying that maybe it is better that legalize these these illegal miners, so that at least they can work. The same approach we are saying, give these people, especially big contractors, we are saying engage them, give them job, manage them, supervise them. One day they will also do their own. And I'm sure there is nobody who will be working who's not hungry, who can then fight. So in this country, many a time people are fighting because they're hungry and they believe that they need a space and they are not given that space.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. That's NUM Secretary General William Mabapa joining us virtually from here in Johannesburg.